2024.
The wait is over in Bahrain, and we are just hearing that the starting grid is on the look for a new driver. Who will it be?
I'm having trouble trying to sleep. I'm counting shit.
And radio is good.
Here we go.
The Grand Prix is underway.
What a dramatic start. Can you believe it?
I just feel like they're gonna bleed.
Yes!
Spun out of my
Oh, he's lost it.
Pop out, guys. That's it.
The pit lane's going to be alive now. They're all in.
on my own. Here we go. Mind is set on an overdrive. On my own. Here we go.
It's not every day that we get to see such incredible wheel-to-wheel racing.
Out of the final corner. And here's our winner today.
Can you beat me?
What a race. Thank you very much for that. Thank you to the fans.
All right, everybody, welcome in. Tonight, we are currently rocking around Austria. Let's get a few things here selected. So this track is 4.318 kilometers, a total of 10 corners, three DRS zones. My bad. You have the one DRS zone on the main straight, and then we have the second DRS zone on the second straight right after turn 1, and then right after turn 3 is the last DRS strip. So, with that being said, let's get into the lobby here. I think we're waiting on one or two more guys to show up. Switch on over to our intermission screen. Yep, we're still waiting in the lobby to get ready to rock and roll, but let's check out these standings real quick. Current driving standings are Some Good Salt out in front by a pretty hefty margin. His teammate AO is right behind him. Then we got Lone Fiber, Zaluxy in 4th, Dynamic rounding out the top 5. Then we got Modern Tie in 6th, Hayden down in 7th, Boogie in 8th, Vanilla Spill in 9th, C9 Wolf in 10th, Iceman in 11th, Vans in 12th, Korea in 15th or 13th. 14th was me, but I'm not racing anymore, so I don't count. And then 15th, we got Rainbow Damien and DRL Racer in 16th. And it goes on beyond that, but they are not scoring points. So, next up for the team standings, Racing Bulls out in front by a hefty margin. Hopefully those Haas can catch them up. They've picked it up in the last couple of races really well to catch them. And Aston Martin in 3rd with 50 points. Ferrari in 4th. McLaren 5th. Mercedes in 6th. Red Bull 7th. Sauber in 8th. Williams 9th. And Alpine, who have not scored a point yet, bringing out the end. As we were loading in tonight, look at the calendar here. This is round 5, Austria. And then next weekend, we're in Miami. But for tonight, we are in Austria. Waiting for the lobby to get going here. And as it loads in, we're going to see which... Oh, yep, we got a couple of drivers here that do not have their data turned on correctly. So let's address that real quick. All right, we'll go to the track. And get rid of the UI, because we don't want that for now. I was having issues with the leaderboards. Let's pull that up. Oh, it is still glitching. Okay, so we're not going to use the new leaderboard. We're going to stick with the game-provided one. So we'll turn that off for now. Let's see here. Who do we not have? So bear with me 1 second while... It is raining. Oh, man, it is raining good. Let's check out this forecast real quick. Oh, it is wet today. We're on board with JR 2005 on his outlap. Bear with me 1 second. I'm going to go into Discord and yell at some drivers real quick. Let's see who I gotta scold here. Scolded who I need to. Back to the action. Let's start off our weather here. So JR is slipping and sliding. Vanilla Spilla brings up our first time of the day. And invalidated. All right, so let's go with Zaluxy cranking it out. P1 114.116. Let's head over to Mr. Chris. Looks like he's putting down a green sector. Get a little squirrely there. Oh. We have no information for him. I kind of knew this was going to happen with some of our newer drivers, even though we reminded them multiple times during the week to make sure they're setting that correctly, that they actually set it correctly. We're on board now with C9 Wolf coming through the third sector. See them go across the line. We're going to skip up to Vanilla as soon as C9 crosses the line, up to P5. Vanilla, fastest first sector. These are very tricky conditions. Green sector 2. personal best, but not the fastest. Let's see as Vanilla goes through the final couple corners here. And crossed the line, lost it all in that third sector. Let's head over to Boogie. This Boogie's making way around. Green first and second sector. See if Boogie can keep improving. Cross line up the third, a 1:16.585. Nicely done there from Boogie. Go check out DRL Racer X. Currently a fast first sector. On the full wets right now. Looks like everybody's been on the full wets this whole time. Final corner. Ooh, getting a little squirrely on the exit there. Improves the time. Actually does not improve the time, but does move position. Let's check out. Vans is actually on a looking at. Oh, Vans just went up to P7. Let's look at. Who is this? Behind. Mr. Chris. Still not getting any data from his car. According to the game, he did a fast second sector. 17.8 in the first sector, 33.178 in the second sector. Coming around the final corner. See what time he can put down. Fastest time, a 1:13.645. That is almost a half a second clear of Zaluxy in P2. Let's check out who else is doing fast lap. Looks like Iceman. Currently dealing with the Vans in front of him. The Vans doesn't impede him too much there. Iceman moves up to P6 with a 1:15.916. Let's go with Hayden real quick. He just did a purple first sector. Personal best second sector. Those wet tires are making it really difficult out there. Second to last corner. Coming around the last corner here. Oh, looks like we got Vans spun out up at turn 3. Hayden moves up a spot. P4 with a 1:14.799. Looks like Salt is improving right now. 2 green sectors. Ooh, a little squirrely on the exit there. Pushing hard. Pips Hayden, they are going back and forth. Salt is up to 4th. Let's go look at Iceman, also doing 2 green sectors. Coming across the line. Up to 7th. Let's head down to check out C9's coming out of the pits. Oh, that's Boogie, I'm sorry. So far, Dark Viper and Korea have not set times yet. Nobody's setting any fast times right now. It's all yellow middle sectors. We're going to stay on board with Boogie right here. It's currently on the outlap, but this will give us an opportunity to correct some issues we got going on real quick. Boogie's coming around the last corner. He's going to start a time lap. Looks like Mr. Chris is actually doing a fastest first sector. Green first sector. It looks like Chris is purple both first and sector center. He's going to improve his time. We're going to stay on board with Boogie here. A little squirrely coming out of that corner. Yep. Mr. Chris set a faster time. Still remains P1. Hopefully he'll get a chance to update his telemetry so we can get proper data off of him. Personal best and personal best in the first two sectors. Penultimate corner, come up to the last corner here. Let's see how far Boogie can make his way up. Moves up 2 positions to P8. Oh, we have a couple of guys that are trying out the inters. We have DRL and Hayden went out on inters. Let's double check the weather real quick. It is currently, it says it's now storm conditions, but it will go to light rain. So I think they're trying to see if they can just put down a little bit faster time than what everybody was in the wets. Oh, you know what? Vans is actually, oh, he's on our lap too. Oh, Hayden's a little squirrely there. He's going to start his time lap. And away he goes up to turn 1. Oh, we had Rainbow disconnected. Hayden, fastest first sector. Looks like these intermediates are going to pay off. A bunch of drivers have actually switched over to intermediates right now. Fastest second sector. Across the line. Hayden up to a 1:12.420. That is going to be the time to beat. Let's see here. Vans is improving his time. Let's head down to him. See what we can do in this. Make it through first corner. Not improving that first sector. Moves up to P7. So even though he wasn't faster in that first sector, the running on those intermediates was much quicker. Vanilla pipped Hayden. But Hayden is responding. Fastest first sector. Lost time in that second sector. Oh, oh, oh. He crashed right through that wall and glitched it out. That's unfortunate. But thankfully, he may still start in P2. Let's check out who is currently doing a faster lap. Mr. Chris. Oh. Hold on 1 second. I think we need to send an invite to somebody. Give me 1 second. I don't like doing this during stream, but we gotta do it because she disconnected, but she's back. So qualifying's done. Vanilla getting that P1. Hayden, P2, even though he crashed out on the last corner, he still set that time earlier on. All right. So right now we're just waiting for Mr. Chris to give us a good lap time. And Mr. Chris pips everybody. P1 with a 111.464. Followed up by Salt. So it looks like the only one still out on track is AO. Looks like he invalidated, so he's going to be coming into the pits, and that does wrap up qualifying. See how this goes now. Okay. So qualifying has wrapped. Basically just waiting for AO to finish up. This car's in the pit. It should make the session go on. Yep. Okay, so session has finished. As we're waiting here, as you can see, everyone up at the front switched to inters, and got those faster times in. So we're just going to sit here for a second. So we got that going. So now what's going to happen is everyone's going to set up their settings. Let's show the grid here. So as you can see, Mr. Chris pipped everyone there with a P1, some good salt into TTV Dark Viper. We're just gonna call him Dark Viper because that TTV is actually for like a Twitch thing. Pulls up in P3, Vanilla P4, Hayden even with crashing out P5, Iceman P6, DRL Racer X 7th, AO bringing up 8th, Vans in 9th, Zaluxi in 10th, C9 Wolf in 11th, with Boogie right behind in 12th. JR in 13th, Rainbow Damien in 14th, and we got Korea bringing up the rear in 15th. So right now we are just waiting on everyone to do their setups. In our league, we actually have it set so that individuals do not ready up too early, because then it gives everybody a fair chance to make any strategy calls or setup changes. The only setup changes they can do are the front wing and tire pressures, I believe. Basically what it is that once you go out onto the track during qualifying, your setup is set. So everyone that went out during qualifying had to make the decision, do I go out set up for these rainy conditions and it's dry during the race, or do I set up for the race and just deal with the wet conditions? We will see what the conditions are during the race once we get rocking and rolling here. As you can see, during qualifying, it was very wet. So it's a very good chance that everyone only did a race setup, but up the front wing for more grip in the wet conditions. And if it's going to be dry race, they just bring that wing back down and go for it. So again, that's the grid. So going into this, some good salt up in second. It's going to be hard pressed to defend his championship title right now. All right, and we are now on to our formation lap. So let's go back to screen here. Hide some of this UI stuff. So again, going over the starting lineup tonight, we have Mr. Chris, P1, followed by Some Good Salt, Dark Viper, Vanilla. Today's strategy, there's two different strategies. One's a one-stop, medium to hard, or two-stop, medium. I think that said soft. It was too fast. I didn't see it. Anyways, we got Hayden P5, Iceman P6, Direl in 7th, AO in 8th. Vans bring up 9th, Zaluxi in 10th. Mind you, in F1, only the top 10 score points. 11th, we got C9 Wolf, followed by his teammate Boogie. Rainbow Damon in 13th, followed by Korea, and then JR bring up the rear. Huh. That is different than the standings I had before. Was I read it wrong? I could have very easily read it wrong. But let's head back to the front. This game is going to give us a terrible camera angle for the lights. So let's switch to one of the onboards here. We'll ride on board with our championship leader right now. Waiting for the last car to get on the grid. Hear those revs go up. 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. And lights out, away we go. Salt getting the great jump there. Oh, big accident behind. Virtual safety car right off the rip. What on earth happened back there? Vanilla getting a 10-second penalty there. C9 also getting a 10-second penalty. Wow, big amounts of penalties right there. Very interesting situation. Looks like Dark Viper also got a 10-second penalty. That might have been for speeding under virtual safety car. Vanilla also has a 10-second penalty. C9 with 20 seconds. Boogie with 10. Lots of chaos there right at the start. It looked like Hayden is actually out of the race, unfortunately. Don't entirely know what happened. We only caught the glimpse of the chaos right at the end there. It's like Viper's dropping into the pits. Probably change out a wing. May have made some contact early on there. So the game is saying it's a virtual safety car, but I'm pretty sure that yellow dot out there is the actual safety car. Yep, we are actually under full safety car, not virtual. So the game is a little glitchy there. Absolute chaos there. Not entirely sure what happened. So our current running order after that chaos of a start, we got Mr. Chris in first, Salt bring up P2, Vanilla third with a 10-second penalty, Zaluxi fourth, AO fifth, Van sixth, Rainbow seventh, eighth, JR, ninth is Boogie, 10 is Korea, 11th is Dark Viper who pitted from that chaos. DRL in 12th, C9 in 13th, and Iceman in 14th. Bear with me 1 second. I'm going to try to see if our leaderboard graphic is working. Drive-through penalty for Boogie, ignoring yellow flags. I think Boogie was actually coming to the pits, so he probably sped while he's trying to get in there. And yeah, that graphic is still glitching. Yeah, we're not going to use that. We'll use the in-game one, which is fine. So, as we go around here, here's a little bit of circuit information. Just as a reminder, it's 10 turns, 10 corners. Drivers are on the full throttle 79% of the lap. Top speed, you're looking at 320 kilometers per hour, 199 miles per hour. And it's a low downforce track with medium wear on those tires. So now we're just waiting for the rest of the field to catch up here. We're waiting for Boogie to catch up in the back. He does have a drive-through. He's going to serve that within the next 3 laps after we go green. But we will have to wait for that moment. Let's go on board with Salt here. Yeah, race control says safety car is in this lap. Let's see. See what Salt can do here, trying to stay with Chris. Chris seems to go already. Chris starting to pull a little bit, half second up. Let's see behind here. Salt putting down good time, try to catch up to Chris. See if he got his tires up to temperature. His tires are still pretty cold, but he's keeping up with Mr. Chris. Now with the safety car restart, the field is pretty bunched up. I'm trying to keep a close eye on if there's any movement going around. Looks like Boogie's making a move up on JR. But he's going to have to serve his drive-through either this lap or the next. Salt putting down the fastest lap so far of this race. We're on lap 5 of 36. Salt staying close. A little bit late break there, trying to get in there. It's going for that move. DRS is open. Heavy braking into that corner. Makes the move stick. He moves up to P1. Mr. Chris staying right on that backside of that RB, or V-carb. As they're coming down, it's probably going to try to make a move here. Yellow, Sector 3. Looks like an Aston Martin. Those two Haas's right behind are trying to stay nice and close. DRS is open. Chris stays behind now, just so he'll get the DRS zone in the next one. Again, those Haas's right behind are sticking right with him, waiting to capitalize on anything that goes on here. Mr. Chris stays behind. Tight battle here. This gap is staying very, very close. See if he makes a move. Coming down the main straight. He stays behind him. Possible little contact there. Couldn't really tell. DRS again. Coming up to turn 3, which is... Oh, he goes for the inside. Heavy braking zone. Keeps it. Now that gives DRS to some good Salt. Let's see if he can chase him down. Get that position back here at turn number 4. He does not. So now it's going to be a battle of Chris trying to pull away from Salt. Let's go check out the rest of the field real quick. Got Korea hunting down Vans. Stick with him here real quick. Vans running in 7th. Korea getting right behind him. He will have DRS. Let's see where his battery level's at. He's about 44% right now. We're running default mode on that battery. So he's going to primarily use DRS to keep up close. Oh, we got a yellow behind us. Looks like that is C9 possible. That Korea is using that. There's deploying. There's that battery drop down. The DRS swing is wide open. Goes for the inside move. Heavy braking and completes the overtake. Now that's going to give Van a chance to hunt him down. That DRS wing is open. It's going to chase him down. It's too far back to make any difference right now. Probably be next time around. Next closest battle we've got going on is Iceman chasing down C9. Ooh, going for the inside there. Heavy braking. Looked like possibly a little bit of contact. They're going wheel to wheel through there. Through turn 7, now turn 8. Iceman slightly behind C9. These last two corners here are not good overtake spots, but this will give Iceman a chance to use that DRS on C9. Again, turn 1 is typically not an overtaking spot. Most guys will use DRS on that first straight, get close, and then right here, use that second DRS straight and get that position going up to turn 3. That is Iceman up to P9. Ahead, we've got DRL and Vans battling it out side by side. Vans gets squeezed a little wide there, but it's all clean and good. Now it's down to DRL chasing Korea. So from DRL's position, he is on the heels of Korea. Vans is a little bit further back, outside that DRS zone, over a second. Oh, but he was close enough to get it just before they went into that first sector. DRL around the outside, going up to turn 3. Heavy braking, almost locking up there. Korea trying to get the inside off that. DRL up to P6. Korea now going to be under attack. And we have a change of lead up front. Let's go check that real quick. So Salt got past Mr. Chris, and Zaluxy took advantage of that. Oh, Zaluxy going on the inside up to turn 1. Not a typical overtaking zone, and gets it. Zaluxy up to P1. Salt's going to stick right on the bumper. Moves to the inside, coming up to turn number 3. Heavy braking zone. Salt gets the inside of turn 3, moves ahead. Zaluxy on the outside gets back to P1. This is close, tight battle. Mr. Chris just hanging back slightly just to take advantage of the situation if it goes bad. Oh! Zaluxy had a little issue there, went wide. And there you go, Mr. Chris capitalizing on that little tussle. Salt P2 sticking with Mr. Chris. These top 4 are absolutely flying right now. Salt dropping back to 3rd. Vanilla now in the mix. Mind you, Vanilla has 10 seconds of penalties. More than likely will be served at the first set of pit stops. because they have not pitted yet. We are now on lap 12 of 36. This is a very short track. If you ever get into any kind of issue, it'll quickly drop you to the back of the field. We're on the front wing here of Vanilla, trying to chase down Mr. Chris. Started fourth, now second. Mr. Chris getting a little squirrely up at the front there. Mind you, everyone except for Zaluxy is currently on the medium. Zaluxy on the hard, on this top four, I should say. Mr. Chris trying to pull a gap. He's still within DRS. There's that Vanilla on 12 lap old medium. Mr. Chris out front. Getting really close there. Salt just sniffing the back of Vanilla there. Waiting to make a move. Sticks his nose out a little bit. See if he can unsettle that Vanilla. Can't do anything there at turn 4. Going around turn 5 here. This next two left-handers. Pretty high speed. You don't really see any overtake unless somebody makes a mistake. This top 4 staying so close to each other. Got another battle in the back. Korea hanging on Van's backside. Vanilla drops down the 4th. That's a tight little tussle right there. Let's move up. As you can see, Zaluxy on the hard tires. So Zaluxy being on the harder tire means she doesn't have as much grip as the other 3 cars, but she is hanging it there. Got a 3-second penalty for a corner move there. Mind you, Zaluxy started in P10 and is now P3. I think that chaos they have at the start of the race definitely helped her out. Heavy lockup all in the front from Mr. Chris. Vans and Korea still battling out behind. Let's go check out what's going on. Oh, Korea with 3-second time penalty. Track limits. DRL gets past AO. Korea gets past Vans. They are still very tight battling out through turn 4 and 5. Now, even though Korea got past Vans, he has a 3-second penalty that, as long as Vans stays within 3 seconds of him, he's going to pip him at the end. Looks like we have... somebody's in the pit up there. Got a car off back in the 2nd sector. Getting going again. Looks like that might be Iceman, possibly. Or Viper. Sometimes the colors are a little hard to see. Vans trying to catch up to Korea. Makes the move on the inside. Heavy braking. Can he make it stick? And he can, but now that's going to open up to Korea be on his back with DRS open. Korea going around the inside. Ooh, a little square there. Battling it out. Oh, can't make the grip. Can't make it stick. Big happenings up at the front. Zaluxy back in the lead. Oh, that's what it was. Some good salt decided to pit. So while Vans and Korea have been battling this out, I believe Dark Viper has been closing in on him. Try to take a best advantage of the situation. He's sticking right there. Let's watch Korea go on the inside. Nope. Late breaks it, puts it right back behind. He's going to get DRS again. Vans struggling to put down that grip. We're going 3 wide into turn 4. Vans drops back. And Viper gets both Korea and Vans, moving him up to P7. Now, if he can just keep going, he's going to build a gap. Vans and Korea are going to keep battling it out here. See if Vans can make a move on him. Everybody's sticking to the insides there. Yep, they're all pitting. Okay. So let's go up to Salt. Right on the tail of DRL. Salt with a fast first sector. See, as he's coming around here, can pass lap traffic. Oh! Looks like there was an incident there with DRL and the back marker of JR. Possible a little bit of wing damage. Mr. Chris with a 3-second time penalty, cutting those corners. Salt with the fastest lap of 106.477. Looking ahead, we've got Zaluxy, P1, coming around turn 4 right now. Believe have not pitted yet. Coming up to the expected life of that hard tire. Between laps 16 and 18 is when that should be pitting. So let's see if Zaluxy pits here, or if they go around for another lap. Goes around for another lap. So it looks like at this time, oh, big issue up at the corner. Looks like Vans got into it with somebody. We missed that. We got a yellow flag up there. It's finally getting going. And I believe that is possibly Zaluxy. Yep. So we got our race leader coming up right behind Vans in P12. Vans will get a blue flag to get out of her way, but we'll see. Right now, Mr. Chris is 12 seconds behind. And Zaluxy goes for another lap. That's another lap on those hard tires. She might be going for a hard soft strategy here. Finish out the race on those softs. Problem is, Mr. Chris, even though he's pretty far behind, he just said fast slap and he is hunting her down. Problem is that gap is going to be getting smaller and smaller, as we can see right here. Currently 11.411. Yep, it's closing down. 11.2 now. So by the time she pits, gets in there, gets onto those new tires, he's going to pass her up. So Zaluxy at this point kind of figuring, probably coming about 3rd or 4th with a pit stop. We're on board right now with Mr. Chris. Let's go back up to Zaluxy. Watch this pit stop. Yep. In she goes. Let's watch this pit stop. Make sure it goes nice and smooth. Mr. Chris. About to pass on track. Yep. In the pit lane for about 18 seconds. So we knew that she was going to lose out. And she will come out onto the track into P3. We got a car standing still. I think that might have been Rainbow. Possibly. Not a car on the lead lap. Whoa! You're all getting a little squirrely there. So, as it stands, the only cars that have not pitted right now is DRL, who's on 19 lap old tires. Boogie in 8th, who's also on hard tires. And JR on mediums that he started on, but he is currently pretty far back. So let's see if DRL pits this time. He does not. He stays out. Interesting decision there. You got the Alpine of Dark Viper right behind. Let's take a look at that battle. Doesn't make the move now. Both heavy braking. DRS wing opens up. DRL defends the inside. Viper goes around the outside. Completes the pass. Now he's on the hunt down for Zaluxi in 3rd. About 10 seconds ahead. Check out Boogie here within Zaluxi, a 106.047. That's on a medium. So she did not go with a hard soft strategy. She went with a hard medium strat. Boogie getting closer and closer. Using that DRS. Bringing that gap even closer. Let's see if Boogie makes a move going up to turn 3. Chooses the outside. AO staying on the inside. Oh, then they swap. But no overtake there. Heavy braking. Now they do have the Mercedes ahead of JR. Not close enough to give AO DRS. But they do have that back marker to contend with. Let's stay on the nose here of Boogie as he's hunting down AO. Losing time to AO. Now he's gaining it. We're going to ignore that time real quick. So Boogie currently is slower than AO, so that gap is actually building. Let's head up to... So it looks like DRL made a move on Vanilla. Oh, they're going back and forth up turn 3. Vanilla on the outside. Now, we'll see if DRL just lets Vanilla have that, because Vanilla does have a 3-second penalty. That DRL will just have to stay within 3 seconds to keep that. Going around these left-handers here. 6 and 7. Vans with a 3-second penalty. Vans, almost everyone except for Dark Viper, DRL, and Some Good Salt all have 3-second penalties for time or for track limits. DRL pulling into the pits. Finally getting off that hard tire. 23 laps. 23 laps. Switches to the medium. Oh, and a wing change. That is going to increase that stop time to a 7.4 pit stop. That's going to drop him now down behind Korea and more than likely going to lose out to Iceman. But he is still going to collect that 1 point for the team and the championship being in P10. All right, next closest battle. We're going to check that out real quick. Is going to be Viper on Boogie. With... Oh, he is right on that bumper. Going through turn 7, turn 8. Coming down to 9 and 10. Be surprised if he makes a move. Probably going to wait for a DRS. He is really on the bumper of Boogie there. Moves to the inside. He's got a better exit. Using that DRS, he's going to pit past Boogie and hunt down AO. Very smooth turn in there. Carrying so much speed, he's not going to go after AO, and he gets it. Great overtakes there by Dark Viper. Heavy lockup in the 3, but keeps it. Fastest first sector. Let's see if he can keep this pace up, get that second sector, and get that fastest lap for the extra point. Currently, Zaluxi has that extra point up in P2. Viper just pulling away from Boogie. Long way to go up to Vanilla, but we're going to stay on board, see if he can get this time. I don't think he will. Personal best in this middle sector, and he gets it. 105.377. Very, very impressive lap there on those mediums. So that gives an extra point to Dark Viper if he can maintain it for the rest of the race. We are on lap 27 of 36 here in Austria. So the field is pretty spread out right now. We're actually going to head on down to Iceman chasing down DRL. According to our data, it is showing that Iceman is technically slower than DRL. That gap has gone up a little bit. Ooh, we got a spin out back there. Looks like that might be JR. It is JR. Let's go check him out, see if he's getting going again. He does get going again. Gets out of the way of faster traffic coming through. DRL up to... overtakes Korea. Where did Korea come from? So the system is telling us in about 4 laps time, DRL will catch up to AO and make that pass. But right now, he's got to defend against Korea. Hopefully these guys don't battle too much and cause issues. If they work together, they can all catch AO. AO right on the bumper of Boogie. Looks like Iceman is actually closing in on Korea. Oh, went too far. Sorry about that. Now we're on board with Korea. Korea going a little wide there. Iceman with the DRS. Sticks it right back behind Korea. Korea defends that pretty well. A little squirrely going out of turn 1. Now they're going up. Round 2, up to 3. Iceman around the outside. Gets past him. Heavy braking, a little bit of lockup there. Korea trying to get back on the inside. Korea now has DRS. Bringing it in. See if he tries to go for a move here. He does not. Korea sticking real close to Iceman. Korea MP10 bringing that 1 point home to the Sauber team. Korea dropping back. Doesn't show that he has any damage. Let's check his car info real quick. His tires are pretty worn. 31% on the front, which means he's probably going through a graining phase right now. That gap is just building. All right, we'll head up to AO. Really close to Boogie there. His tires are perfect in temperature. DRS wing is open. He's got about 50% battery. Almost 60 now. He is saving that battery. Let's see what Boogie has. About the same for battery. AO just sticking on that bumper. AO's still chasing him down. Time has gone up a little bit, but he's staking right on that bumper. If he can get a good exit here, he can pull ahead, hopefully. Oh, look at him go on that inside. Gets past Boogie. Boogies it up the hill to turn 3. Builds that gap quite nicely. And he starts pulling away. DRL right behind Boogie. Let's move back to Boogie here. DRL on the inside. Gets past Boogie. Remember, DRL is on very young tires right now. Only 6 laps old on those mediums. And AO on 14 lap hards. He's going to be hard pressed to defend against that fast charging Williams. Korea with 3-second time penalty. DRL going on the inside up to turn 1. And he makes it stick. Oh, and he spins it. No! And off he goes into the wall. All that hard work and great strategy out the window. Looks like he damaged the front wing there as he's coming around. Very, very unfortunate. Looks like he might be doing a little bit of spins there. We can't see him. Oh, there he is on the left-hand side. Staying out of the way of our leader group coming through. Vanilla with another 3-second time penalty gives a total of 6 seconds. We're on board now with Boogie chasing down AO with the unfortunate mistake there that DRL had. Boogie and AO are going to keep battling it out here. Boogie has not pitted yet. It just occurred to me. Boogie is on very old hard tires, unless that is a mistake. Let me actually check the in-game pit stops. So Boogie stopped. So yeah, so did he go hard? I don't know. Oh, DRL retired. He is quickly dropping down the order. Oh! Iceman goes wide. Boogie and AO go right past. So Boogie has pitted. He does not need to pit again for the end of the race. Keeping a close eye on this. Hopefully Boogie can catch AO, but AO's got the much younger hard tires. Even with that DRS wide open. He's got battery to use. Let's see if he uses a... Nope. There he goes. Now he's deploying. Go around the outside. Let's see if he can make it stick. Heavy braking. AO stays behind. Tucks in behind him. But AO's going to have the DRS now. AO moves to the inside. Gets right back around Boogie. Unfortunately, I think those tires is what's going to hold Boogie back. Even if he gets that lead, he can't get the grip down with those old hards. Unfortunately, I think that is probably going to be Boogie's downfall. He's not going to be able to hold on to that for very long. Iceman catching up behind. Korea right behind them. Problem is, Iceman has 6 seconds, so even if he makes any move here, he is going to be SOL. He's going to lose those positions due to his time penalty. And we are on the final lap of the race. Iceman going for a very aggressive overtake there. Sliding in. Boogie and AO avoiding him very well. Iceman with a 6-second penalty. Boogie and AO each with 3. So right now, the smart thing is for AO just to let him go. He's going to get that position back. He's got to worry more about Boogie. Because Boogie and AO, their 3 seconds basically cancel each other out. And it's not going to be an issue once the end of the race comes around. Iceman's got 6 seconds. He's not going to pull that gap. So we're going to go back up to the front to our leader, Mr. Chris. Turn 9. Turn number 10. And across the line, Mr. Chris, P1. Followed by Zaluxy. Salt bringing up 3rd. Oh! Does the post-race crash, which we highly discourage. Vanilla Spilla with 6 seconds coming up in P4. But with how close Viper is coming across line, Viper pips Vanilla to P4. Next up, we got Iceman with his 6-second penalty coming up to turn number 9 with AO. Boogie behind. Let's see how everyone goes across here. All right, with penalties assessed. Looks like our standings. Zaluxy, driver of the day. Very much so. That was a great race. Moving up 8 positions from the start of the race. Then we have your winner, Mr. Chris. Fortunately, does not say that correctly. Mr. Chris, bring up the first place. Zaluxy P2. Some Good Salt bring up third. Dark Viper in fourth. Vanilla fifth. AO bring up sixth. Iceman seventh. Korea eighth. Boogie in ninth. C9 10th. Vans 11th. Rainbow 12th. JR 13th. DRL and 14th. And Hayden 15th with that first lap incident. So pretty much everybody tonight had a time penalty, which is crazy. So I think the award actually should go to Dark Viper for having no penalties at all that entire session. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is tonight's race in Austria. Congratulations to Mr. Chris on his debut win. Same with Zaluxy. Zaluxy's first race was a win as well, so that's pretty awesome. Here is the calendar for the upcoming races. Our next race is next Sunday in Miami, so get ready for that one. Bring your sunscreen. Get yourself all ready for that race. Again, 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Central. Hope you guys enjoyed tonight's race. For everyone that's following me on Twitch, my stream will continue, but everyone here on YouTube, this is the end of tonight's session. Hope you guys all enjoyed the racing. We'll keep an eye on the steward's office and see what came through. And we will see you guys next week. See ya.